What's up people, welcome back to the channel. It's the Branded Dude, and today guys I have another branded replay for you guys. We are going up against Labrynth Fiendsmith Unchained. So yeah, Labrynth trap deck. We're playing 60 card branded. I am playing the list that I did play recently at my local. So yeah, the grass, and sure, let's hop right into the video. So in the rock paper scissors, I won and I chose to go first. You'll see in our opening hands that I open Serenia, Lubellion, Droplet, Jerusalem, and Shiren. So yeah, not a good hand, but sure, we could use Shiren to pitch Serenia in Mill 3, so maybe we could see something there. My opponent opens Fualos, Nub, Phantasme, Kuklok, and another Phantasme. So yeah, he's pretty prepped for Malice, I guess, in this situation, but he has no lab cards except Kuklok, but that's still a dead card. So we are going first, guys. So in main phase we go Lubellion. Here we search for Magnum Hut, and we just said Droplet and said Shiren. I could have used Serenia Shiren's effect to pitch Serenia in Mill 3, but I decided, I have 3 Bestials in my hand. I'm gonna take a chance and not use Shiren's effect here because, sure, if you Mill 3 Serenia, dump Retribution, but if you Mill nothing, you could summon Mag, Tribute, put Rebellion. That could have been a very good play, but I felt pretty confident. Maybe I was very stupid, but I was being confident. I was like, 3 Bestials, I'll be fine. Cool, pass. Opponent draws into Daruma Cannon, so no lab cards, but Daruma Cannon is a pretty good card for him. But my opponent doesn't set it, he just passes turn. I guess maybe he was hoping that because he has Fualos in his hand and Nibiru, either if Fualos resolves on activates and resolves, he will draw maybe into the Labrynth Butler card, which can set this trap and he can activate, if I understand how Butler's effect works. Or Kuklok as well, something. I think maybe that was his plan. Plus also he doesn't really know what I'm playing, besides the fact that my name does give it away. But I don't know, maybe he felt confident that he didn't need to set the Rumor Cannon, or he may have been worried that I would pop it. Maybe this was a branded beast. Who knows? I don't know. Something, right? Anyways, he passes turn. We draw for turn. We draw a Luba. Cool. We got a search. Normal summon a Luba. We search branded fusion. We activate fusion, and my opponent drops the Fualos, which will resolve. So he's going to be drawing cards. We send Albaz and Mercuria to go into Rinbrim. The reason why I do this is sending Mercuria, so my Bestials can banish it, I can get the effect of Mercuria, and I'll still be able to summon Bestial Rebellion from my graveyard. So we just go into Rinbrim. Cool. My opponent draws 1, he draws into Fiendsmith Tract. We then go Mag targeting Mercuria. Chainlink 1, Mag, Chainlink 2, Mercuria. Mercuria will search me Albion the Shrouded. We do go Albion the Shrouded, sending Branded Sword, which if you guys did see my recent locals deck profile, you'll see why exactly I'm playing Branded Sword here in this exact combo. Sure, we go Chainlink 1 Albion, sending Sword, and then sending the truck card is cost, so we just chain Sword to get Mercury in our hand. And we draw into Love Darkness, so cool, we can draw into more cards. Obviously we already used Mercury effect, so we rather just banish one of the Bestials. I flip Shiren, and because I realize I have enough damage on the field, so let me just enter battle phase, and my opponent scoops because yeah, I did not play into that Nibiru and he didn't have any Bestials whatsoever, so we were going to take game like that. We go to game number 2, and now the lab player is going first. Opening hands, you'll see we open Brandon White, Adlib, Shiren, Serenia, and Imperm. So remember guys, I put Imperm in my side deck, so I decided cool, but I believe I took out Droplet. Did I take out Droplet? Yeah, I took out Droplet and kept Imperm. Obviously at this point I didn't know what I was going up against, so I thought maybe it was Malice. I know, very weird guess, but I thought maybe it was Malice, so Imperm is there. Cool, at least we have a hand trap. Also Serenia can be considered a hand trap as well, so we have 2 cards in hand that can interrupt our opponent. Lab player opens Stovey, Nib, Engraver, Big Welcome, and the Chandelier looking card. He goes to main phase and he activates Engraver, so he's going to start his Fiendsmith play, searching Tract, and that's going to bring out Lurry. We can't Bestial there because my opponent did not control a monster, so Serenia is not a quick effect. Links into Requiem effect, which is fine. Summon Lacrima to dump. We don't imperm this. I decided, we'll save the imperm for something better. Since he started with the Fiendsmith, I thought, okay, maybe he's playing yugioh, right? Here Lacrima did dump the trap card, so that he sets up for him. He goes Requiem effect to equip, which we don't use our Serenier there. I decided if I use Serenier, then imperm is dead, so I decided let me wait a little bit longer. If he brings out Caesar, it's fine, but let me at least save the imperm for Duo Drive. Then goes into Necroquip. Then he uses Stovey. Then I realized, oh, okay, so it's not yugioh Fiendsmith. It's actually Lab Fiendsmith. He's pitches the chandelier. I'm just gonna say that, and Stovey to set Welcome Labrynth. I think and then Necroquip's effect will trigger because a monster was sent to grave. I think when does it trigger? If a monster is sent from hand to grave to activate a card effect. Yeah, he draws into Solemn Strike, so I guess that is a pretty good draw. Now starts with Engraver. Here I decide to use Bestial Serenier because he's playing a trap deck. I don't think he's going to do much. Well, summon any crazy monsters. So I decided, cool, let's just stop him from going possibly into sequence, I guess. Yeah, possibly into sequence. So let's stop the Engraver summon, banishing the Engraver. Opponent sets the Big Welcome and Solemn Strike. So interruptions he basically has is the Nib in hand, Solemn Strike, which can stop a summon. He has Welcome and Big Welcome. So cool, he has Labrynth plays. Anything in a graveyard, he does have the Fiendsmith trap card, and possibly Necroquip can also get him a draw. So, and he goes to end phase, passes his turn. Here we draw into Luba. Cool, we have a way to search Brand of Fusion. We go straight to main phase. We first start off with activating Brandon in white, because here I'm going straight for Chimera, where we're going to send Serenier, Shiren, and Adlib. We want to keep a Luba in hand for the normal summon. So I was seeing if my opponent would activate any of his trap cards, which he doesn't, so we are fine. Obviously Solemn Strike here, it only activates when a monster would be special summoned or monster effect is activated. So yeah, he can't negate Branded in white. We go into Chimera, Chainlink 1 Chimera, Chainlink 2 Shiren, and Chainlink 3 Serenia. Here my opponent, he could have used Solemn Strike on Serenia, but obviously that's a waste, so it wasn't worth it. Chimera here is going to draw one and pop two, so my opponent activates Welcome Labrynth, summons the Lady of the Silver Castle, and here we dump Branded Opening, because remember, since it's Labrynth, the other Mommy Mocha there will be able to destroy a card on field, so we send Opening just to protect ourselves or our fusions. Shiren here will fuse away itself and Adlib to go into Queritus. Now the reason why going to Queritus is because if he activates a trap card and I don't have a way to respond to the trap card activation, this little lady here is going to trigger to set on any trap from his deck, so we bring out Queritus to stop that effect from triggering. We then draw into two Super Polys and we pop the Solemn Strike, so my opponent still has the Big Welcome. We then normal summon a Luba effect. Here my opponent decides to go Big Welcome, hoping to summon the other Mommy Mocha, and its effect will be able to pop Brand of Fusion in our hand. But since he went Chainlink 1 Big Welcome, we definitely are going Chainlink 2 Queritus. Maybe I could have went Super Poly instead, but I decided, let me keep the cards in hand because the other Mommy Mocha might attempt to pop a card in our hand, so we want to decrease the chance of him popping Brand of Fusion. So we go Chainlink 2 Queritus, so this Labrynth card doesn't get to trigger its effect to set a trap, which is fine. No other further interruptions, so my opponent then summons Mommy Mochas and bounces back the lady. So Luba will resolve searching fusion, but on res now it will be Chainlink 1 Mommy Mochas, Chainlink 2 the Chandelier, Chainlink 3 Stovey to summon itself, and the Chandelier will add itself back to hand. Here he goes the Mommy Mochas effect. He ends up popping this one Super Poly in our hand, so Brand Fusion is fine, but the only thing we need to worry about is if he has Ash Blossom. He does go Stovey's effect because he wants to use Necroquip to hopefully draw into a card. He sets Big Welcome, his second copy, and now Necroquip will trigger, and he draws into Engraver, so no Ash, and Brand of Fusion is going to resolve. We send out Albaz and Lubellion to go into Albion. Chainlink 1 Albion, and my opponent decides to go Chainlink 2 Fiendsmith Paradise. sending Desiree, and here I decided, okay, cool, we could have went into Mirror Jade, which would be fine, but because he set this trap, I don't want it to remain on the field, so we banished Albaz and Serenia to go straight into Furious. On summon, it will be Chainlink 1 Desiree, shuffling back Requiem to send Furious, and we just got Chainlink to Furious, targeting itself and the set. I could have targeted the Luba, but I decided because I have Super Poly in my hand, Luba on field gives me another like fusion name to help fusion summon. So I decided let's leave that. And also Furious is going to grave, so may as well just let that go to grave as well. So we pop the back row and Furious. We then attempt to enter battle phase, but before that my opponent drops the Nibiru on us because we did summon more than 5 times. So Nibiru hits the field, we get a massive chunky token. On res though, we got Duo Quiritus effect and we summon Quem because we did use Aluba's effect already. So we summon Quem, which is now the only copy of Quem we play. Quem here dumps Cartesia because we need a card for Super Poly to discard. We then set Imperm and Super Poly and proceed to end phase. End phase, Albion effect here will attempt to set a brand spell trap. My opponent does chain Lady Lab to summon itself. We said branded in red because this is game 2. I sided out branded banishment. So if I did keep branded banishment, that would have been good because then we can reborn Furious, which would put us in a good position against a trap deck. But anyways, we do have a Despian name in the graveyard, so we set branded in red. Unfortunately, Chimera is in the graveyard, so we won't be able to fusion summon into Chimera. We go Cartesia to hand and we pass turn. My opponent draws into Fiendsmith Tract, so that's, I don't know, I don't think that was a good draw for him because he already had Engraver. And also, actually no, that wasn't a good draw because there's already one Fiendsmith Tract in the graveyard, so there's a good chance he was only playing 2 of those spells, so Engraver basically has no other search. Tract here dumps Lurry, Lurry effect was summoned, but on summon I do go Super Poly here. Yeah, I go Super Poly because I don't want my opponent to access his Fiendsmith engine because he doesn't have Requiem or Sequence Engrave. He has Desiree and Lacrima, but we don't want Requiem hitting the field, so we're getting rid of those. We send his Nibiru and Lurry, which are both lights and different types, so my dragon hits the field. On res, because the card left the extra deck, we go Cartesia to reborn Quem to reborn Cartesia, and we just got Chainlink to Mud, declaring light, so our light monsters are protected. My opponent does chain, however, big welcome to bounce back the token, so yeah, now we lost a big chunky token. On res, because a monster left the field because of a trap effect, his Labyrinth cards will trigger, so he goes the Chandelier card, Stovey, and Welcome Labyrinth, which sets itself, and he summons Stovey on the field, so he has 2 monsters on the field. On res, he switches Lady to attack. He attempts to enter battle phase, so we go Cartesia effect in the end of main. Summoning Grangugno. Grangugno will trigger to dump, and we Foolish Burial Adlib, so because that's why we have a target for branded in red, and if Adlib gets banished, we are planning to reborn Furious Dragon. Moving on, my opponent does perform a Synchro Summon now. Oh no, he enters battle phase, attacking Mud Dragon, so that leaves the field, so now we no longer have the light protection. He then synchros into Chaos Angel. Chaos Angel targeting Grangugno, which we use Imperm on, negating Chaos. He then normal summons the Chandelier Lab card, links into Muckracker. Muckracker targeting Chaos Angel, which we allow to resolve, so discarding the Engraver. Chaos Angel, because it's not a when this card is fusion summoned, it's just when this card is special summoned, again attempting to banish the back row this time, and we chain branded in red, targeting Adlib. We go into Dragos Tupelia, and then Adlib here will trigger to reborn Furious, so that way we're able to deal with his trap card here or something else, and we have basically a monster negates as well. Now opponent then goes Engraver, shuffling back Desiree, summoning Engraver. He does link into Requiem. Obviously Requiem here should be in this zone underneath the Muckracker, but don't worry about it guys, I do let him know about that. So yeah, he goes Requiem effect, which is fine. He summons his other copy of Engraver, then go Requiem to equip, which we don't stop. He then goes Engraver's effect to attempt to send Furious, and here I use Dragos Tupelia to negate Engraver. He then continues on linking into Shayama. Is it Yama? Sorry, it's Yama, not Shayama. Yama effect searching Shavara. He goes Shavara effect, popping his back row, so Furious didn't need to. We no longer need to worry about Furious having to pop that. Did it for us, summoning Shavara. Cool, we don't use Furious yet, but then he links off into Anguish. He doesn't trigger Shavara's effect. He just immediately goes Anguish effect, because this is not a quick effect. Yeah, it's not a quick effect, but at least he didn't use Shavara to set a trap. Here I was contemplating if I should pop something here, but I realized that if I do pop, Yama will trigger to banish itself and special summon a fiend from his hand or grave, but obviously his grave. Then he can destroy a card he controls. And I think also does Shavara trigger? No, but I don't want Yama to resolve, so I decided, what, perform that link summon. It's cool. He goes into what's his name, Abomination, the big boy. Still in main phase 2, he goes to end phase and he attempts to use Abomination's effect in end phase, where he allows him to destroy a card, but we protected with branded opening. I did use Dragon's Pelio to negate Engraver, so we at least were able to protect Dragon's Pelio, so we have a way to negate Abomination during his turn. End phase though, because if Fusion went to grave, we go Cartesia to add to hand. So here I was hoping to draw into something. We draw into a Lure of Darkness, and unfortunately we don't have a dark in our hand, so we were in a tough position. And if you remember, guys, I am only playing one copy of Grand Gugno, and the only copy I had is banished. So yeah, we couldn't use Cartesia to fusion summon into another Grand Gugno, and I don't think I had any other valid fusion monster to fusion into. So I was a bit scared. We were in a bad position. So in main phase we just normal summon Cartesia and we activate the Lure, hoping to draw into a dark and something that can help us play. We draw into Kit and Albaz, which is really good, and we just banish Kit here because now we can go Cartesia, fusion summon into Albion. Albion effect will trigger to fusion, and we banish Albaz and Mud Dragon to go straight into Merjade. Merjade here will use its effect to banish the Abomination, because remember, guys, if you destroy Abomination by battle, it will trigger Shoyama, and I believe Shoyama should be able to summon Chaos Angel or his lady, Labrynth cards as well, so I don't want him putting his lab cards back on the field or anything like that, so we just banish the Abomination. We then tribute Albion into Rebellion, and my opponent scoops here. So yeah, guys, we managed to take the win here, even though my opponent, he had so many plays in the previous turn. He went to Engravers, he had the Labs, and then he went into Unchained, and Chaos Angel was almost like just breaking our board, but we managed to stay alive. Sure, if we did enter battle phase and Mark Cracker gets destroyed, Yama will still trigger its effect to special summon something. I don't know what he would summon. I don't know what would be a good choice. Maybe Chaos Angel. Yeah, Chaos Angel is a fiend, so he could summon Chaos Angel, banish something, but I don't know. I don't think he was in a good position. So yeah, he scoops there, guys, and we managed to take the win. Alright, guys, so that was the matchup against Labrynth Fiendsmith Unchained. The only issue of going up against this deck as a lab player, as me, actually for me, is that we don't play Ash or Bell, nothing to stop Welcome or Big Welcome. So it does become a bit troublesome, because once Welcome and Big Welcome are able to resolve, essentially lab decks, they do main deck D-Barrier, so they would just simply set D-Barrier, search Coup Clock, activate Coup Clock, so then D-Barrier can be activated, which honestly is a scam. The fact that they're able to do that, no. Forget even Coup Clock. The fact that Butler can send itself to grave, set D-Barrier, and it can activate it like that, nah. That's not right. What was Konami thinking when they made this deck? But yeah, guys, this is the replay. We managed to score victory against the Lab Fiendsmith Unchained deck, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I thought we were in a tough position because we got hit with Nerve Furious, which is the best card we have against the Lab, popping their traps so that they don't remain on the field. So when we got hit with Nerve, I was a bit worried, like, oh crap, I don't know if I'll be able to bounce back, but we did manage to do that. Imperm also came in clutch there, and obviously it just negated Chaos Angel, but at least it's better than Droplet, where we had to sacrifice a card on our field or hand. So yeah, the side deck came in clutch there. Obviously I will do a deck profile of what I played, but it's the exact same as the one I played on my locals, but I'll still show you nonetheless. If you enjoyed this video, guys, please do like, comment and subscribe, and please do let me know what else you guys want, any suggestions for a video you guys want me to show you, or any other, ideas you may have, or anything else you would like to say. But thank you for watching the video, guys. See you in the next one. Cheers.